So, I've never told this story. I've never told this story. I was actually fiercely anti-documentary for a long time, and I have very good reason to be so. I went to film school, and film school is really interesting. But I have always said this to everybody. Film school is not necessary. And the most valuable part of film school, in my opinion, is the ability to make film. It is a time when you are not working for your income and you have all the tools and people at your disposal to make student film. And I think that will be the most valuable part of your curriculum. Ultimately, it's going to be your network that you build for a lot of you, especially USC Film School. Keep that Rolodex tight. But you'll learn the most skills in film school actually making film. And in my program, you had a capstone class, right? You had a capstone class where you, at the very end, your senior year, you would make a student film. And that capstone class was basically just a time to make that film and have that film evaluated and give you resources, right? Great. The way that Elon did its curriculum, we had a term. We had a winter term, which was like the condensed term, and then we had other terms on either side of it. And this capstone class was split into two parts. And for this capstone class, if you were in the first part, you were in the narrative group. And if you were in the second part, you were in the doc group, right? Narrative and documentary. But because of the importance of this class and the number of people and fitting schedules in, they would allow people in the narrative group to make doc if that was their preferred profession. And they would allow people in the doc group to make narrative. More often the second one, because everyone wants to make narrative film, and a lot of the narrative students would spill over into the doc status. Okay. The teacher who taught this was a woman at Elon. She might still be there. I'm going to say her name. Her name was Trish. And she became the head of the department when some other person left. And without any heads up, without any notification to any of these students, my year, going into the last term of my senior year, she changed the policy in our film school so that narrative students could no longer make a narrative film in their capstone class if they were in that second group. So I remember there were five of us in this class of like 30 that were narrative students. And she literally was like, yeah, you're not allowed to make a narrative film. And the five of us were like, what? What the fuck do you mean? This is 4 years of study leading up to this. This is like our most important. And she's like, well, I don't want to divide it. I think it will detract from the documentary students. And documentary is like it's a great form of film and you might end up loving it. She thought she was going to convince us that like documentary was like so important.
Oh yeah, wow.
And
cool.
So I ended up having to make a documentary instead of getting to make a narrative film as me. As the biggest nerd on the planet, I was ready to make like a crime drama, have all my friends snorting fake cocaine in like I was ready to make Spring Breakers, the Southern version. And I ended up having to make a documentary, and I was so bent, man. I was so fucking bent. I've never forgiven this person, nor should I. Right? She basically made me waste 4 years. Well, not wasted, but like truly, I should have been reimbursed for that semester. I should have been reimbursed for that semester because taking a capstone class that had 3 years of prerequisites and being able to make the project I want to make
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
And ultimately, the funniest thing, I'm probably the most successful person from that film school now. Me! Look at me, Elon! You fucked me! Yeah, you know, as I get older, there are a lot of people that I forgive. And there's like a lot of my youth where I'm like, wow, Will, you know, you really should have just chilled out. That is one I will take to my grave. Fuck that. And fuck her. What a stupid thing to do. What a fucking idiot. I forgive a lot, but like, dude, making 5 narrative film students basically skip their capstone project is so fucking ridiculous. I don't know. Would you like me to put that on your gravestone? Sure.